Hello, everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic morning, a fantastic afternoon, whichever time of the day that you're on. I hope you're having a great time. I haven't even started the stream, and there is chaos ensuing into the chat. I already knew this is going to be a very heated topic, but I was not ready for the chaos to ensue in the comments. I've got Dax Sake here questioning the poll that I put up for the members of the chat. There was only 5 options I could put up for best story arc to get you guys kind of, just to wet your palate, just to give a bit of a feedback to what your favorite arcs in One Piece were. And I'm already getting questioned. Why isn't this there? Where is Whole Cake? Where is Annie's Lobby? I only have 5 options, but I'm already getting flack. But I mean, this topic is heavily debated, right? And I'm already putting myself into the firing lines because it's about your all-time favorite arcs, right? So when it comes to this, I have opinions, of course, and my opinions are going to differ from your opinions. And some people may get really heated. Some people may just be okay. But honestly, I'm opening myself to being in the firing line more so. So I want to say thanks for stopping by. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Dax Sake. I've got Terrible TJ here. Right away, before the stream even started, just waiting for this to go down. So I really am thankful and appreciative for all you guys being here. And I was heavily inspired, Dax, by your stream. I saw that stream was on, and I was working, so I didn't actually get the chance to sit all the way through it, but I did see a little glimpse of your opinions, and I do think that they are great opinions. So with that being said, if you haven't done so already, be sure to go and like this stream and put in the comments down below your opinions on what your favorite arcs in One Piece are, or maybe what your your least favorite arcs in One Piece are. And I'll look over it, and it will most definitely start a fight in the comments. But look, it's gonna fuel engagement, which is great for the longevity of this video. So I'm gonna go and jump on over to this little tier list that I have set out over here, okay? And if you have any sort of questions, throw them at me. I'm gonna get to them, but please, let's try to go and keep this civil. All right, let's try to go and keep this civil. I had my cat just before this started, just howling for no reason. Maybe because she felt that there was a fight about to go and break down in this room, so she was just howling. Okay. All right. I also agree, Terrible TJ. We're chilling before it gets heated. Also, I'm enjoying an iced coffee because, look, it's gonna get heated, so I gotta cool it down, right? We're gonna go and cool it down. So, let's go and jump into this, okay? Let's go and jump into this. So, as you can see, this is the tier list, and we have a number of different tiers. We go from best to amazing to great to good to mid to skip, and then we've got the Eustace Kid tier, which is the worst possible tier you could ever find yourself on. Nobody wants to go into the Eustace Kid tier because the Eustace Kid tier is a level where just embarrassment, just terrible, just overall awful opinions lay. So we have the Eustace Kid down here. We don't want to go there, but if it needs to be going down there, we will go down there. So here we go. Very first one on our list, we have Alabaster. Now look, I am not someone, I'm not someone who can remember every little piece of detail, okay? So I've got my nifty little cheat sheet to the side just here, which I'll glance over, not so subtly. If you want to know that I'm looking at my notes, just look at where my head just completely just turns around. Because I got my 2 monitors here, and I've got my tier list is in my complete field of view for one screen. Not optimized at all for streaming with all my bits, but I've got this all here, and I got my notes over here. So we're We're gonna go and read my notes, okay? So Alabaster Arc. A brief little overview of Alabaster Arc, okay? Here we go. Alabaster Arc is the 11th story arc of the manga and anime of One Piece. And I don't need to go and have a read over this. I know what happens in Alabaster. But we've got the introduction of Mr. 2. Now, this is really good, all right? This is a really good part. Mr. 2, absolute legend. You've also got the introduction of Ace. That's also really, really sweet. Like, really, really cool introduction there. You've got Crocodile as the main villain. Now, Crocodile, like, look, a lot of these, you tend to really skip over these older villains because the new ones are just insane. But you know, Crocodile was pretty cool. Like Crocodile. Yep, you got the fights there. You've got all the Mr. 2, Mr. 3, Mr. 1 fights with Zoro and Sanji and all that good stuff. You've got Luffy being defeated like 3 times, much like he did with Kaido. And then you've got how didn't he die from the atomic bomb explosion? I do not know. And then you've got the iconic symbol of the arms raised with the X on it. Overall, this was really cool. If I was to go and give this a rank, just off the top of my head, let me have a look. We've got the best, amazing, great, good, mid, skip, Eustace Kid tier. I would probably have to, just right now, I mean, I don't really have like an emotional attachment with Alabaster. I mean, I know it's good, and I'm thinking it's good. So maybe I'm. Oh my god, this is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be so bad. I'm gonna put things on here, and you're gonna be sitting at home going, just like throwing shit at the screen. Look. Peace and love. Right now, I'm gonna put this on good. All right, I'm gonna put this on good. We'll get back to it. Listen in. We'll get back to it, okay? But we're gonna put that here for now, okay? We're gonna here for now. Amazon Lily. Oh my god. This is all like alphabetical order as well, so this will be really funny. All right, let me go to my notes here. Amazon Lily arc. 2 volumes long, 11 chapters long, 14 episodes long. Is the 20th story arc of the manga and anime. Okay, what do we get? We get a lot of Luffy penis innuendo jokes in this. Luffy, the soul man, the manliest of men, arriving on this island of lovely women. Lot of penis jokes. There's no real way to really talk about this other than that. I'm scrolling through this, and one of the pictures, Luffy shows the Kuja his family jewels. Yes, that was a big thing. You've got Boa Hancock and her whole backstory, really cool. Luffy interrupts Hancock's bath. That was a really iconic scene as well. Luffy's saviors turned to stone by Boa Hancock. Yep, where you've got that sort of throwdown. Luffy fights the Boa Hancock sisters. Luffy defeats the Boa Hancock sisters. You learn about the real mark of the Claw of the Celestial Dragons and how the Celestial Dragons, are the owners of slaves. And then you've got Luffy, you got Hancock that succumbs to Luffy's love sickness. She falls in love. And then you get all the little bits and pieces showing all the different Straw Hat members about their training before they go and meet up after the time skip. So you've got a number of different things happening in this, but mainly it is all penis-based offense. That is really what's going on with Amazon Lily. There is not a penis tier. Also, maybe if I put this in Eustace Kid tier because he's a giant dick, maybe that might be a thing. But look, Amazon Lily, I'm going to have to say it's pretty mid. I mean, look, it's like, penis-based jokes aren't my my humor. So I mean, for a lot of people out there, that's probably like they're just howling in laughter. Like this is like their all-time favorite arc because it's the funniest of all time. But honestly, I'm gonna have to go and put that there. I'm gonna quickly have a look at the chat to see how everything's going. So let's go and take a little 5-minute break and see what people are saying in the chat. The Will of P. What are they? All right. Yeah, also, I'll let you guys know if there are any arcs or anything whatsoever on this that you just can't find. It's to do with this. This is honestly the first tier list that I found. So just bear with me if there's anything that's missing. But hey, everybody for showing up. I'm looking at your comments right now. Dax really dislikes boa kicking little sweet animals. Hey, look, I mean, look. Don't be doing that, all right? Don't be doing that. I mean, like, maybe if it's Chopper, maybe, like, you can give a little Chopper a little kick. I mean, he'll heal himself up, but, like, don't kick animals, please. Yeah, see, Amazon Lily and Skiff is the opinion. I also will say that for whatever reason, if anyone decides to go and do, like, a super chat to change my opinion, I think that's going to be a rule that I'm going to override something. So if I put like Thriller Bark in like F tier and then someone comments and goes like with a super chat goes, hey, put it in S tier, I think I'll have to put it in S tier. Which would cause absolute chaos for anyone that stops on by halfway through the stream and sees like Amazon Lily, Thriller Bark in S tier. Because there's no way that I can justify doing that myself. There's no possible way. But let's get back into the action here, okay? Let's get back into the action. Up next, we got Arlong Park. Now, Arlong Park, one of the OG arcs. This is where I started to really feel that One Piece was starting to really ramp up and getting really attached to the characters. Because, you know, a big part of the story is, you know, you get attachment from these characters from their really sad backstories. And so, like, this is Nami's big one. So, this was a really neat arc for me. But let's have a look over the overview. Arlong Park. It was 4 volumes long. It was 27 chapters long. It was 14 episodes long. Arlong Park is the 5th story arc of the manga and anime One Piece. So, the summary of the arc is that they were pursuing Nami. So, Nami, of course, went and left the crew and went along to Arlong Park, who she was under the control of Arlong. Who guessed it? So then you find out about the tragic backstory of Nami. Bellamy protects her daughters from Arlong. Very sad backstory. And, like, really tone shift, like really dark, really serious. You'd love to go and see it from a series like this. And because this series is so quirky and fun and silly, it really does elevate the serious scenes. It really does. So you have all that story, and then of course you have the Straw Hat Pirates versus the Arlong Pirates. You've got Nami saying, "Help me." One of people's all-time favorite moments, one of the saddest moments, and the moment that Matt Owens has said in the One Piece live action is he's looking forward to the most for people to watch. Such a huge moment. Arlong is defeated by Luffy in quick fashion, may I say. And then you've got the really nice little image at the very end of the arc where you've got Genzo's pinwheel on Bellamy's grave. Very nice. The story impact. Nami permanently joins the Straw Hat Pirates as their navigator, making them ready to reach the Grand Line. Really important, really important. The first non-human race of the series is presented with the Fishmen. So we have the introduction of the Fishmen. Jinbei's name is revealed this early on in the story. Although he did not appear until the Impelled Down arc, 459 chapters after being mentioned. Crazy foreshadowing there from Oda. Sometime after the story arc prior to the Summit War Summer War Saga Hachan would start in the manga mini arc. Okay, so we have a continuation from the character here. It has also revealed the existence of a group of 7 pirates hired by the world government, the 7 warlords. So we have like the introduction mentioning of the 7 warlords. Okay, so we have a lot of really key points in this arc. And I have a bit of a soft spot with this arc as well. So, look, listen here. I think if I was to objectively look at this, I would go, okay, you know, it's a good arc. All right, it's a good arc. And look, in all accounts, I should just say, yeah, it's a good arc. But the emotional attachment that I have to these moments, oh my god. Should I go put on great? But then I should Alabaster on great. I'm gonna put on great. I'm gonna put on great. Don't stop fighting me. Don't attack me. I already don't like this. I'm already so stressed out. Stop it. Stop fighting. Stop screaming. Stop it. I'm getting stressed. Stop. It's done. I'll get back to it at the end, but it's done. The Bharati. All right, let's get to the Bharati and move along from any sort of fights happening. The Bharati arc. All right, the Bharati arc, also referred to as the Sambas region arc, is the 4th story arc of the manga. It is 4 volumes long. It is 27 chapters long. It is 12 episodes long. Of course, we have the introduction of Sanji. Very, very key part. You've also got Mihawk defeating Zoro. Iconic moment. What a cool moment that was. And then you have Zoro declaring that he'll never lose a fight again. You've got Luffy defeating Krieg. You've got Sanji, you know, bowing his head against Zeph, saying he wants to go and leave with Luffy. Very iconic moments. Story impact. Usopp's cannon wielding earns him the role as the sniper of the Straw Hats. So Usopp first gets his title of being the sniper in this arc. Nami's betrayal shows her hidden nature and hints towards her past and her relationship with Arlong and his crew. So we get that sort of story of Nami leaving to go to Arlong. The crew gets their cook Sanji, who is considered their 3rd strongest fighter. So you got one of the wings of the Pirate King introduced into the story. Very cool. Mihawk is introduced, who is revealed in the Arlong Park arc to be one of the 7 warlords of the sea. Again, iconic moment. Really awesome. Zoro loses his duel to Mihawk and vows to never lose again, leaving him with his first permanent battle scar and his 2 unnamed swords destroyed, leading him to receiving new ones 2 story arcs later in the Log Town arc. Okay. So, also, because of the pace I've been doing these, I will say that at a point in time, this camera may just turn off because I'm only running with a battery. In future, I will probably figure out how to sort this out. But at this point in time, the camera may just switch off, so you'll just find a blank screen. Either way, the Bharati arc. I wanna say, I mean, oh my god, I'm so stressed. I'm gonna say it's a good arc under Alabasta. Okay. Also, Arlong Park sitting up there, I'm very stressed about. I feel like I should put Alabasta to great and then Arlong down over Bharati. I'm gonna do it. There we go. I'm gonna do that. That looks a bit better. Okay. Dressrosa. All right, here we go. Boys. Dressrosa. One of the big. Is it the biggest story arc, or is it Wano Kingdom now? But let's get into it. Dressrosa. New saga. The final saga. New world. Here we go. Dressrosa. Dressrosa. It is 11 volumes long. It is 102 chapters long. It is 118 episodes long. Jesus Christ. All right. Now we get the full introduction of, well, not the introduction, but we get the full-fledged breakdown of Doflamingo. You see the introduction of Doflamingo. You have the Mera no Me Coliseum fight. You have Jesus Burgess. You have wee. You have Jesus Burgess. Wee. Legendary. You have Fujitora. Introduction of Fujitora. Good stuff. You have Chinjiao. What a head. Just a really pointy head. Like, you know, cone-shaped babies, when they get born, they have a cone head. That just didn't, he didn't grow out of that cone head. The cone head just grew. It was crazy. Hello? Hello? Can I help you? I'm trying to do a stream right now. What are you doing? Oh, okay. You want some pets? Okay, come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm getting interrupted by my cat. Okay, let me get back to it. Okay, let me get back to it. All right, so we got Chinjiao, who never grew out of his cone head. Very sad. You got the full-fledged. You got the King Punch. Legendary King Punch. You got the full-fledged fight in the Coliseum. Get the Sabo. Where's Sabo? Oh, you got Violet? Oh my god, Violet. Violet's legendary. You got the Tontatas. You got the Tontatas. You've got Luffy defeating the Giant in a single punch. There's so many moments in this. There's so many moments. You got Sanji stopping Doflamingo from attacking the Sunny. Legendary moment there. Law battling Doflamingo. There's so many moments. And you got the whole introduction of Sabo, the reuniting of Sabo and Luffy. Sabo obtaining the Mera no Me. God, there's so many moments. The fight with Zoro and Pika, the fight with Luffy and Doflamingo. You got the introduction of Luffy with Gear 4th. Man, there are so many moments. There's so many. You get the backstory with Law as well. Oh my god. Now, it's hard because this arc is so long, right? It's such a long arc, and that can really skew your opinion of how much you like the arc. But I mean, like, on all accounts, all these moments, you got the introduction of Kaido as well? That still counts. The aftermath of Dressrosa, you've got the introduction of Kaido. Legendary. Wow. And then you've got the new Wanted posters as well. Man, Dressrosa. I really feel like Dressrosa should be amazing. Like, Dressrosa, like, there's so many hype moments in this arc. It is very long. Look, I totally understand. It's very, very long. But there are so many great moments in there. So many hype-inducing moments. So many moments that when I first was on YouTube making videos, reaction videos, reacting to Sabo, reacting to Kaido, reacting to Gear 4th, all those moments were just, they're just really in my heart. They're like really just, they're really in there. They mean so much to me. So I really feel like Dressrosa should be down and amazing. And also, I love Doflamingo as a villain. Doflamingo as a villain is just so good. And I really do hope that in the future of the series, we do get a reintroduction of Doflamingo, because I would love to have him come back, because that is just really, really cool. Now, I'm going to quickly go back to go and see what your opinions are and what your thoughts are, okay? So, again, everybody in the chat, put your opinions down. Dax, When we say skip, do you mean actually skip, or do you just mean it's so bad I wish we could skip it, but it's canon, so we don't? Dax, I think that's more so what it is. I think it's just, instead of saying bad, that's a skip. Like, I wanted to be a bit more creative and just say, like, skip, you know? Nami's gag is my least favorite, but I think her writing it was best during the part of One Piece. Yeah, I mean, her whole gag of like liking money is very, very sad when you look at her backstory. So I do really like that. You want to? Okay, so someone's requesting that we see the tattoo. Okay, so here's the tattoo. It's still healing up. It's almost completely healed. What I might do is I might just go and like bring it right to the camera and then focus it so you can see it. So here it is. And then if I focus it, there you go. There you go. There's a good look at it. All right. It's almost healed. And if you haven't seen if you want to know more about this tattoo, I have just put a video talking about my experience of getting my first tattoo, how much pain it was, how much it cost, every single thing you'd like to know about getting a tattoo. You can find it on the channel as well. So, Dax, perfect list so far. I feel great. I'm feeling really good. Kaido's fall, Kaido's introduction, amazing. So, let's go and jump right in. Back to this list, okay? I'm gonna sit in my coffee. Okay. Next one, Drum Island. All right. Drum Island. Where are you? Where are you on my list? Drum Island arc. Here we go. Drum Island. It is the 10th story arc in the manga and anime. It is 3 volumes long. It is 25 chapters long. It is 14 episodes long. Key moments from this arc. You have Waphole, which is the most stupid looking person, the absolute idiot. Waphole, oh my god, Waphole makes me sick. You've got the introduction of Chopper, and this little picture of Chopper with his little gag of like hiding behind like a corner, the absolute wrong way, is very, very funny. That was very, very cute. You've got this, you've got the whole backstory of Dr. Hiruluk. Really cool. You got Luffy versus Waphole, which again looks absolutely terrifying. I really hate that. Luffy defeating Waphole, great news. The whole backstory with Chopper, very, very sad. Very sad. He's got his big mushroom. Like here, he's collected like the iconic panel of him collecting the big mushroom covered in blood. Really iconic. And you've got the really nice like the ending of that where Chopper gets joined the crew, and Luffy's like, "You're coming with me," and he's like, no, I don't want to come. It was really nice for you to, I hope you come back soon. And him just bursting into tears, it made me cry. You've got the whole explosion, the cherry blossom cloud. Very nice moment. Very cool stuff. Story impact. I'm terrible pronouncing names, okay? I'm terrible pronouncing names. Is it, Curia? I'm terrible pronouncing names. You know who I'm talking about. Is the first character to speak of the Will of D. First character to speak of the Will of D introduced in this arc. And also reveals Gold Roger's real name. Gold D. Roger. Really important. This links Gold D. Roger to Luffy, since they both share the D in their names. The crew gains an important member, Tony Chopper, as the ship's doctor. Portuguese D. Ace is briefly shown and was looking for Luffy. The Drum Island arc mentioned Blackbeard's brutality and enormous power. Okay. This arc also lays the foundation for the conflict between Blackbeard and Ace. which leads to the Marineford arc. So super, super important. Lays the groundwork for an arc that I would most definitely be putting into my best tier. Though Dragon was introduced earlier in the series, this is the first time that the revolutionary movements have been mentioned. The Leveille is seen for the first time. Later, it was revealed that it takes place every 4 years, which will play an important role in the Fishman Island arc. So this is really setting up for a lot of big things later on in the story. With Wapol being banished from the kingdom through a series of events, he would later create a new type of medal called Weapon Medal, which would help him become a huge success and regain his famous stature. His Wapo medal would be beneficial to Frankie in creating General Frankie, which was introduced in the Fishman Island arc. Okay. So even though he's a stupid idiot and he's horrible and I hate him, he does provide some sort of benefit later on in the story for Frankie and the crew. So a lot of key points in this, a lot of emotional points in this. So it's going to be a bit tricky for me to go on the side, but I'm going to see where my heart takes me. So Drum Island. I feel as... But I mean, like, there's nothing really exciting in this arc. It's more so just very emotional. It's very tame and it's very emotional. And I do like me some action. So I feel that Drum Island is going to be at the... I feel as though Drum Island is going to be in between the Barati and Arlong Park for the good. Because, again, it has a lot of good emotional parts, but it's just... There's not much excitement, you know? There's not much excitement. Oh boy. Okay. Where's Dax? Where's Dax? Where's Dax Sake in the chat? This is your next one, all right? This is your next one. I'm going to make sure I get this right or else I'm going to get banished. If I don't get this right, I'm never going to go and end up on one of his one of his debut backfights. Okay. Let me see. Annie's Lobby. Annie's Lobby arc. It is the 16th story arc. It goes for 6 volumes. It goes for 56 chapters. It goes for 41 episodes. And I can see in this little breakdown here, it tells you how many episodes it goes for. There are a lot of breaks in between because I believe this had a lot of stupid filler in it. Or a lot of stupid recaps and stuff. I don't know. I remember that from watching that. So here we go. Really cool. Jumping straight into some really key moments here. Water 7 had a lot of build-up, a lot of setup, and then Annie's Lobby was just balls to the wall, action, suspense, development, power-ups, emotionally charged moments. The assault on Annie's Lobby, a declaration of war. You've got Luffy versus Bluno. That scene of Luffy when he goes into Gear Second, legendary. That got me so hyped up. I'm like, oh my god, Luffy is so powerful. Luffy is so cool. Oh my god, I love that. You got the Straw Hat standing on top of the courthouse, declaring to Robin, say you want to live. What a moment. What an emotionally charged moment. You've got Usopp. Soga King. They look very similar. Soga King shooting down the world government flag, declaring war. Luffy's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. We're gonna go to war because you got my crew member, you got Robin. We're taking it back. You got CP9. You got Chapapa. You got all these guys. You got Khalifa looking all fishnet up. Fishnet up in this. Khalifa looking great. You got Usopp number 2. You've got fake Usopp over there. Giraffe looking guy. And you got the introduction of Lucci. So Lucci here. I really do like Lucci. I think Lucci's really cool. And so when it came into the later parts of the story and he was reintroduced, I was so hyped up. I was so excited. So when everything that happened, I was quite devastated because he was looking really slim and trim on his lean cuisines. He was looking fantastic. And then, yeah, that happened. So, but look, in this moment, in this arc, it was great. The Tower of Justice. You've got Zoro versus Kaku. You've got the introduction of Zoro's demon powers. Of his demon powers, Ashura. You've got Sanji unable to fight Khalifa because she's a lovely lady. You've got Frankie versus Chapapa. You've got Chopper going monster point. Terrifying. Terrifying. It's a shame that that's never again, like, the emotional and like the fear of Chopper going into monster point is never the same. But man, that first introduction shot, that first shot of Chopper and Monster Point, terrifying. Terrifying. You got Luffy versus Lucci. You've got the introduction of Luffy in Gear 3rd, which is really cool. You get Gear 2nd and Gear 3rd back to back. Unbelievable. You got Nami, who defeats Khalifa, showing off her true strength. You got Sanji versus Jabra, and you got the Diablo Jumble. Awesome. New technique created. You got the Buster Call that was called in. You got Sogekin, who goes and snipes Spandam. Robin is freed. The Buster Call arrives. The fight continues outside with Luffy versus Lucci smashing with Gear 3rd out of the building. Oh my god, absolute insanity. You got this random marine that just goes and destroys Zoro's swords with rust. What was the deal with that? Why was that the most overpowered devil fruit power that we never saw again? What was that? And then Luffy defeats Lucci. And you've got the funeral of the Going Merry. You got the funeral of the Going Merry. If you weren't crying in that, you're not crying ever. Like, that was it. The tear down, oh my god. Stop it. Stop it. And then you've got, of course, look, one of the most emotionally charged moments in the entire series, I'll never forget it. Robin gripping Frankie's ball sack. That was a big moment. That was a big moment. I'll never forget it. Rip Frankie's balls. I think at this point in time they are made of metal. I think he did replace them with metal parts, maybe with Wapol metal, because they are more durable. So I do think that's maybe what happened after this event happened, because look, that would change a man. That would change anyone. So with that being said, I think that there is absolutely no question in my mind that Enies Lobby is best. And as I say that, my cat has just arrived to go and give me her thoughts. Do you agree? Do you agree? Do you think Enies Lobby is one of the best arcs in the entire series? Can you please not maybe sit on the keyboard? Because if you sit on the keyboard, then it's going to maybe stop the stream completely. Okay. Here you go. Well, let me get my backrest sorted. Knock my backrest off. Me just flexing my secret lab chair. Just like, look, it's a magnetic backrest. You can just... That's fun. Okay. So, Enies Lobby goes in the best tier. There's no question about it for me. It's just a no-brainer for me. It's just, what an arc. What an absolute arc. That absolute fantastic. Like, if you went into the series after that, there's like no going back. There's like just... That is it. That is peak. Now we're going into Fishman Island. Let's go and have a look here. Fishman Island. It is the 25th story arc. It goes for 6 volumes. It goes for 51 chapters. and it goes for 51 episodes. So let's get back into this. So, Fishman Island. So there are a lot of key moments in Fishman Island, but also nothing really kind of stands out to me. Like, it's just, I don't really have that much of emotional attachment. The most emotional attachment that I have for Fishman Island is the fact that we're getting to see more and more of the crew's power post time skip. I think that was just it. Like, the excitement of seeing Luffy do Red Hawk was like peak. Yeah, Luffy's Red Hawk was legendary in Fishman Island. You've got Karibo. You've got Frankie returning to the Thousand Sunny, relieving Kuma of his 2-year mission. So Kuma was looking after the ship for 2 years. You've got the Kraken. You find the underworld of the sea, the Flying Dutchman. You've got the introduction to the whole Fishman Island, the whole crew. You've got Charlie's prediction of Fishman Island destruction by a man with a straw hat. So that's going to be very, very fascinating. That's going to lead up to maybe some potential huge story payoffs later on in the story. You've got Princess Shirahoshi, the introduction. You have got... I'm trying to scroll through if there's any key moments, but there's not really like many real big key moments. You got Zoro cutting Hody Jones underwater. That was legendary as well. I love that. You've got the Sun Pirates introduced. You've got Queen Otohime and her backstory. You got everything to do with Tiger. You got the Sea Kings. You got Otohime's assassination. Man, there's so much stuff to do with this story. Hody Jones... Hody Jones abusing energy steroids. Steroid point being introduced for Hody Jones was a bit full on. I also didn't remember that it's literally called steroids, like energy steroids. I didn't believe that was a thing. And then you've also got the Noah. That's really cool. And there's so many points in this. I'm scrolling down through everything. I'm trying to see. Where's Red Hawk? There it is. Luffy's Gum Gum Red Hawk. The Sea Kings of Noah's Fall. You've got Jinbei, who donates his blood to Luffy. That was a really nice moment. And you've got, it looks to be the introduction of Big Mom. So that's a big moment as well. Okay, so look here. I don't really care too much about Fishman Island. I don't really care too much about Fishman Island. It's got some good moments, but I don't really care about it. Like I just don't. So I think it's just gonna be like, it's gonna be mid, and it's gonna be above Amazon Lily, I think, but it's just gonna be mid. Like, I don't really care too much about it. I really just don't. Okay. Impel Down. Impel Down. Let's get into it. It is the 21st story arc. It goes for 3 volumes. It goes for 25 chapters. It goes for 27 episodes. You've got the story with Ace leading into the Marineford arc, legendary arc. Entering Hell. You've got Luffy teaming up with Buggy. You've got a lot of old villains teaming up into this stage of the story, which is really, really fun. Mr. 2, Mr. 3. You've got Bon Curry. You have got Magellan. So Magellan, scary dude. Really interesting to see the development that Luffy has after being defeated by Magellan. You have here, he is defeated. You have Ivankov and the whole introduction of Newcomer Land. And also, you have the introduction of Luffy's lifespan being decreased because of everything that was done to help Luffy cure his poisoning. You have Blackbeard arriving at Impel Down. You have everything to do with Shiryu of the Rain, which is really sweet. You have Luffy knocking back Blackbeard in the middle of Impel Down. That was really cool as well. And you have them trying to escape. You have Luffy knocking Magellan back with a big stamp. All right. Story impact. Luffy begins his attempt to save Ace going to Impel Down. Jinbei, being a close friend to Ace, has revealed that their past encounter is foreshadowed. Crocodile's grudge against Whitebeard is revealed, as he was simply trying to help Luffy escape Impel Down so he can try to kill Blackbeard or Whitebeard at Marineford. Blackbeard's true reasons for becoming a warlord of the sea are foreshadowed. After getting poisoned by Magellan and surviving thanks to Ivankov, Luffy gains a natural resistance to poison, which helps him survive against Hyozo's poisonous ink in the Fishman Island arc, and Caesar Clown's gases in the Punk Hazard arc. Buggy's past as a member of the Roger Pirates is revealed to a fellow escaped prisoners of Impel Down. Crocodile's connection to Ivankov is revealed, as well as his past being foreshadowed when Ivankov blackmailed him for help. In this arc, Crocodile would reveal that Zoan users have a class known as Awakened. This would be further explained in the Dressrosa arc about Devil Fruit users having an Awakened class for all types. So, a lot of important key parts in this. And there's a lot of good moments. But I'm trying to think. I'm wondering whether I should put Impel Down behind Alabasta for great, or should I put it behind like Arlong? I'll put it in front of Arlong Park for good. I'm feeling I should put this. I'm feeling as though I should put this in front of Arlong Park for good. I feel like maybe I should put it here. Because there are a lot of good moments, but overall, there's just like, you know, like, it doesn't really stick out to me. It doesn't really stick out to me. Jaya. Okay. Let's go to Jaya. Whereabouts is, what the hell's Jaya? Here we go. Sky Island Arc. Here we go. The Jaya arc is the 12-story arc of the manga. It goes for 2 volumes, it goes for 19 chapters, and it goes for 9 episodes. Okay. So, you've got the introduction, it looks like, for Skypiea and the Skypeans. You have got Luffy meeting Blackbeard. You have got Blackbeard's dream, saying people's dreams don't ever end. You've got Luffy defeating Bellamy in a single punch. You've got Mary Jo's. You've got the meeting at Mary Jo's with the 7 warlords of the sea. And that's it. That's really it. That's all there is to it. Okay. The Jaya arc introduced many important characters. All these characters were related to Blackbeard, the pirate who Ace was looking for, whose attempt to capture Luffy was stopped by the knock-up stream. This arc would also start the recurring theme of the Going Merry falling apart after major damage it took in escaping from the Marines in Alabasta. This arc reveals that Sanji was born in the North Blue. While Luffy had met Blackbeard here without knowing who he was, he would not learn his true identity until the Impel Down arc. Shanks tries to contact Whitebeard and sends the newest member, Rockstar, to deliver a letter. But Whitebeard demands to see Shanks in person, forcing the Red Hair Pirates to travel, and leading to an important meeting in the post-Ennie's Lobby arc. Blackbeard would later plan a second attempt to capture Luffy for the world government during the post-Ennie's Lobby arc, though he ended up not going after Luffy when Ace got in the way and Blackbeard was able to capture him and use Ace instead to be able to get to the 7 Warlords of the Sea. So there are a lot of important bits there. There's no doubt. But there is just no stakes. Like, there are just no anything that really, you know. So I'd have to say, I mean, look, and I can't say skip this because it's just like, you know, there's a lot of key moments in this, like having Blackbeard's introduction, having you know, that sort of stuff is really cool. So I'm gonna go and put Jaya in mid. I'm gonna go top of mid. We'll go with that, top of mid. Actually, no, we'll go below Fishman Island. We'll go below Fishman Island. So we'll have a little bit of a break and see what you guys think while my cat just does laps. She cannot make up her mind. She doesn't know what to do. Okay. Everybody. People are already offended about my opinions. People are already offended. All right, now we have problems. Oh no. Oh no, Cricket the goat. Oh no. I mean, you tell me. Meet me outside during a break. I mean, you tell me. Hey, you tell me what this should be. Where should we go from here? Because I mean, am I missing something with cricket greatness? I don't know. You gotta let me know. Have you had enough? You were just walking around, and then you just hop down, and then you just start walking around again. Can you make up your mind, please? I'm trying to do something here. And now you're in front of the chat. Like, I can't even read because the cat's in front of the chat. Come on, what are you doing? Okay. I think I'm gonna go and jump back into this now while my cat just walks around aimlessly. Do you want to sit just here? Do you want to sit just here? No? You want to keep walking? You want to keep walking? Okay. Fine. I'm afraid that my cat's gonna knock my coffee out. My cat's gonna knock my coffee over, so I'm gonna put this aside. Okay. Alright, let's get into this. So the next one, Little Garden. Let's get into Little Garden. Little Garden, there we are. Little Garden arc. The Little Garden arc is the 9th story arc. It goes for 3 volumes, it goes for 15 chapters, and it goes for 8 episodes. Alright, so you've got Nami and Usopp meeting Brogy. Okay, Miso, you need to go. Miso, you need to go. She's gonna step all over the keyboard and like stop the stream. Alright. You've got Mr. 3. You've got Luffy defeating Mr. 3. You've got Dory and Brogy. This is a very quick one, right? It's a very quick one. Little Garden introduces the second non-human humanoid race of One Piece, the Giants, and their country Elbaf. Usopp is really impressed by these warriors and wishes to become a brave warrior. Nami gets bitten by a bug that makes her sick. Wow. That's a very important story point. Usopp's friendship with the Giants will play a vital point during the battle and his lobby. It also introduces 2 okay, look. Look, I'm just looking at this, and I just feel that this Little Garden should just go skip. I think Little Garden just goes skip. There is nothing. I mean, look, the main story beats are Usopp meets the Giants, which look, look, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That is important. That is a really cool point. But, and then the next point is that Nami gets bitten by a bug and gets sick. And you do have Mr. 3 and everything like that, but it just, come on. Hey, Miso. Oh my god. My cat has just caught herself in between my mic. Oh my god. Hello? Oh my god. Okay, so I think it was just I think my cat just muted my mic for like hopefully there's like a minute. Oh my god. She crawled. Here, let me just show you. She crawled in between where this goes. So I was just like, oh my god, get out of here. Because she just went and did that and went and muted the mic. Okay. We're good now. We're back. We're gonna go look, we're gonna go and put little garden here. Also, I want to check to see how much time we've had. 53 minutes. This has been on for 53 minutes and I've only gone this far. Oh no. Ronnie! Oh my god, we've got Ronnie in the chat. Hey Ronnie, how you doing? Ronnie, we are 56 minutes into this stream and we have made little dents into this progress and I feel that at some point my camera is going to switch off. So, but we're going to finish it, right? We're going to finish it, okay? Let's get into this thing. So, I gotta try and get through this. Logtown. Let's get into Logtown. Logtown arc. Oh my god. Here we go. Here we go. Strap in. Strap in, boys. Logtown arc is the 6-story arc. It goes for 2 volumes, it goes for 5 chapters, and it goes for 7 episodes. We get Luffy's first bounty. We get Smoker and Buggy the Clown. We get Dragon's introduction into the story, saving Luffy from Smoker. We get the epic moment where Luffy's about to be executed, and it just, through luck, through will, whatever it may be, gets saved. And you've got the Straw Hats declaring their dreams, heading towards the Grand Line. Shanks' past with Mihawk is foreshadowed. After the scuffle in Logtown, the Buggy Pirates set for the Grand Line. Buggy's past with Roger is foreshadowed. Zoro receives his 2 new swords, the Sendai Katetsu, which is apparently cursed, and Yubishiri. Smoker is introduced as the first Logia-type Devil Fruit user in the series. Just as Buggy is about to execute Luffy in the same spot as Roger, Luffy has the same reaction as the Pirate King when he was executed 22 years ago, smiling. Sea Stone is also introduced in this arc. Just as Smoker is about to capture Luffy, he is stopped by a mysterious man named Dragon, and Luffy is allowed to escape to the Grand Line. Smoker is the first Marine officer to leave his command post in order to pursue Luffy. This is the first time a giant is seen in the series. Like, look, listen. I don't know if I can put this in best, but it's going to be above Dressrosa and amazing. I feel it's going to be above Dressrosa and amazing. Just because, okay, I think I might be a bit too hyped up. I might be a bit too hyped up. Let's put this just below. Let's put this just below. Because there are so many key amazing moments in this, and it's such a short arc. It makes it really nice to digest and get through. So many amazing characters introduced, so many amazing moments, so many big story implications. And it's like, weighing up between that and Dressrosa, I feel that it's going to be just like right there. It's going to be right there. Because I'm putting story length in a big part of this as well. I'm putting a big part of it as well. Long Ring, what's it? Is it Long Ring Island? Long Ring Long Island? I don't know what, like, what? Let's have a look. Whereabouts is that? I've never heard of that. Long Ring on Long Island? What the hell is that? What the hell is Long Ring Long Island? What is that? Can someone help me here? What the hell is Long Ring Long... Here it is. What is 7? Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. I've lost my glasses. Where are they? Oh, shit. I've actually lost them. Oh, my God. It's like the joke out of Scooby-Doo where, like, Velma goes and, like, loses her glass. He goes, where's my glasses? I can't actually see them. They're blended perfectly with my rug. Oh, I found it. Oh my god, I found it. Oh my god. That was really scary. I couldn't find them. Okay, Daxake, please leave the stream. Do I put that there or do I put it on skip? Do I put it on there or do I put it on skip? Look, I'm really tossing between that and skip. I'm really tossing between that and skip. Because it's like, now look. I won't put it on Eustace Kid. I'll put it on skip, okay? I'll put it on skip. Yeah, I'm going to put it on skip. Next one. Marineford Arc. Orangetown. Okay, let's go to Orangetown. No, but like really, like there's no what. Okay, look, I'll do you a service. I'll do you a service. All right, I'll quickly go through the other two. I'll go to the other two. Okay, just really quickly. Long Ring, Long Island. 3 volumes long, 19 chapters long, 13 episodes long. You have the Davy back fight. Okay, now listen. You do have the introduction of Aokiji. That is pretty cool. For that real reason, I'm going to put this above Little Garden. All right? Okay. We're going to put above there. Marineford Arc. 4 volumes long, 31 chapters long, 33 episodes long. You have Ace's execution. You have Whitebeard arriving to destroy everything. You have Whitebeard doing the massive wave towards the battlefield. You have Marco showing off his Phoenix form. You have Little Oars Jr. You have Luffy and the Impel Down escapees flying in, arriving at Marineford by air. You have Luffy side by side with Whitebeard. You have a quick Luffy versus Mihawk interaction. You have the epic moment with the person that stabs Whitebeard, and he just forgives him. That's crazy. You have Luffy standing before the 3 admirals, stanced up, ready to go. Awesome. You have the Whitebeard and Akainu clash. You have Luffy who takes down Kobe. You have Whitebeard attacked by multiple people. You have Luffy unknowingly unleashing Conqueror's Haki. You have Crocodile versus Mihawk. You have Ace being freed. You have Luffy and Ace fighting side by side. And you have Ace getting taken down by Akainu. Luffy and Ace's final moments. Whitebeard defeating Akainu. Blackbeard coming up to take down Whitebeard. Whitebeard's final speech. The One Piece is real. I'll never forget that. The voice actor nailed it. Whitebeard dies standing up. Blackbeard takes Whitebeard's fruit. Sengoku fights the Blackbeard pirates. Shanks appears to stop the war. Whitebeard and Ace have been killed, the Marines won, and the war is over. How is that not like S tier? How is that not up there with Annie's Lobby? How is that not one of the best arcs of all time? That, and the fact that Oda right now is saying that like this is just like a side story for him, compared to what's gonna happen later on in the story, that's gonna be insane. So Marineford, no question about it, goes into the one of the best arcs in the best tier. Orange Town arc. It is the second story arc. It goes for 3 volumes, it goes for 14 chapters, and it goes for 5 episodes. You have, it looks like the introduction of Buggy. You have Buggy. It's just Buggy. Is this the best? It should be like the Red Nose arc. Story impact. This arc introduces 2 major characters, Nami, who will become the Straw Hat's navigator, and Buggy, a former crewmate of Shanks. This arc introduces the first Devil Fruit user Luffy meets, Buggy. Buggy being defeated and flying away would start the mini arc Buggy's crew after the battle. It is the second time that Luffy becomes recognized by the authorities. After defeating Buggy, the Marines take Luffy's actions into account before issuing a bounty. It would not be until after the battle with Arlong Park that Luffy would receive his first bounty. Now look, I don't know about skipping it because it's like, but I'm gonna put this down like under Fishman Island for mid. I'm gonna put under Fishman Island for mid. Okay. Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard is the 26th story. It goes for 5 volumes. It goes for 46 chapters. It goes for 46 episodes. So it is the Straw Hats arriving into the new world. You have them riding the mini going merry. You have Zoro decapitating a dragon. That's really cool. You have encountering the captured children inside of Punk Hazard. They look really scary because they're really big babies. You have Trafalgar Law appearing in Dressrosa. Sorry, not Dressrosa. Punk Hazard. You're back again. Mike has arrived back. Listen, you need to go. Okay, you need to go and stay outside. Come on. All right. You've got Caesar Clown. All right, and you've got Brownbeard. You've got the Smiley. The Smiley is a weird one. You got the whole interaction fight with Caesar Clown. You have Kinemon's body. So like Kinemon was introduced and Kinemon has his full body introduced. A character that should have died multiple times. You have what probably is the only cool looking picture of Eustace Kid, where Kid is watching Caesar's broadcast from like underground, like the underworld. He looks really cool there, but he's an idiot, so he should go on the Eustace Kid tier for that. This is the part of the story as well where I started reading the manga. So I caught up with the anime, and the very first like manga chapter that I read was when Law went and cut the entirety of Punk Hazard in half. That was the very first chapter that I read when I caught up to the manga. There you go. So you've got Monet. That was a really cool moment too with Zoro Monet. You got the introductions for Dressrosa with Doflamingo. You've got Momonosuke. You got Monet getting cut in half. You have Law defeating Virgo, cutting him in half and cutting the entirety of Punk Hazard in half. That was legendary. You've got Doflamingo heading to Punk Hazard. You've got Aokiji arriving to go and to save Smoker from Doflamingo. So you've got information on Dr. Vegapunk as well. It is revealed in this arc that you can create artificial devil fruits as well. And information about Wano country is revealed because you've got like Kinemon and Momonosuke. So this has really, really cool moments in it. Really hype moments. And I got caught up with the manga with this as well. So I started reading the manga from here too, so it's got a really big soft spot for me. So, but I really don't know if I want to put it into the great tier. I really don't know if I want to put it into great. If it's going to be in great, it's going to be behind Alabasta. It should... It feels like it should be at the top of, like, above Impel Down or like behind Alabasta. Oh, man. I feel like I'll put it above Impel Down. Okay, I'll put this above Impel Down. The Reverie. Okay, let's go to the Reverie. Where are we? Just roast a whole cake. There we are. The Reverie is the 30th story arc. It goes for 1 volume, 6 chapters, and 12 episodes. So, the Straw Hats are shocked learning about Luffy's new bounty. So there's a bounty of 1.5 billion berries. So you got the revolutionaries showing up. So you've got the introduction, it looks like, of Eam as well. That's big. That's pretty big. Yep. The 5 elders bow before Eam. Wow. Okay. I mean, there's nothing really that happens. Like, you see everyone's bounties. You see the introduction of Eam. Ryokuju makes his first real appearance, only in silhouette form. Dragon decides to declare war on the world nobles. Sanji receives his own raid suit. One of the 5 elders mentions that they can't maintain the balance anymore to losing control of the world, so a global cleansing will have to take place. Kaku is confirmed to be a part of CP0. So there's like a bunch of like info that's really important and like really nice development, but there's not really anything that really like really happens. So I'm gonna put this on the top of like maybe like the top of mid. Like it's just like it's got some stuff in it, like really important stuff. I wouldn't want you to go and skip it, but in terms of like a short arc that's got some good info in it, but nothing really happens, I'll just put it on mid. Like it's like okay. Reverse Mountain. Man, how far are we getting into this? How far are we getting into this? An hour and 15 minutes? We're an hour and 15 minutes and like, oh my god, okay. This is a race now. There is a race to my camera switching off. So here we go. Okay. This is stressing me out now. This is stressing me out because honestly, time is against me. Reverse Mountain. It is the 7th story arc. It goes for 1 volume, it goes for 5 chapters, and it goes for 2 anime episodes. You've got Laboon, the introduction of Laboon. You've got the log pose. That is it. Those are the major story arc. Like those are the major story beats. The Straw Hats make it to the Grand Line. The Straw Hats meet a whale called Laboon. The Straw Hats agree to take 2 mysterious rogues to their home of Whiskey Peak. The information about the Grand Line and Calm Belt is revealed. Now look. Like, there's nothing really, I don't have any feelings against this arc. I mean, like, look, I love Laboon. Laboon's great. Laboon's a legend. You know? But there's nothing that happens in this. Like, there's just, like, you meet Laboon, you get the log pose, that's it. There's, like, nothing really that happens. So I don't know about putting it in the skip. Because it shouldn't be skipped. It's so quick as well. It's not of the disrespect of Amazon Lily. Not of Jaya. I'm going to put it down there. I'm going to put it down there as mid. I'm going to put it down as mid. Romance Dawn. You just put it straight to the skip. The most important star of the story ever. Nah, skip this one. Romance Dawn is the first story arc. It goes for 1 volume. It goes for 7 chapters and 4 episodes. You have the introduction of Gold Roger's execution. You have Shanks and the Straw Hat. You've got Luffy eating the gum fruit. You've got Shanks saving Luffy. You've got Luffy facing Alvida. You've got Zoro, meeting of Zoro and Luffy. You've got Helmeppo threatening to go and kill Kobe with a gun, but in 4 Kids, it turns into like, what? Like he's like pointing at him. This is crazy how like in the story and like in the story impact as it says, Luffy begins his journey as a pirate. Luffy eats the gum no mi, which becomes the main source of his abilities as a pirate. And then underneath this, directly in the info of the first arc, the Wano Country arc would reveal how it is originally the Hito no Mi model Nika, a mythical Zoan dub fruit. It's like, what? That's crazy, that's a thing. Now look. Because of how important all this is, I don't want to put it in amazing, but I feel like it should be great. And I feel as though it should be like maybe above Alabaster, because it just is so important. It's so pivotal and it is so short compared to Alabaster, which is way longer. So I feel that is fair in my eyes. It's not by like amazing, incredible, over the top by any means like these guys, but I think that just great is that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Meanwhile, all you guys are just like freaking out. Sabaody. Okay, Sabaody arc. Now, on this list, I don't have Return to Sabaody. I just have Sabaody. So we'll go with that. Sabaody is the 19th story arc. It goes for 4 volumes. It goes for 24 chapters and 21 episodes. So now we're officially at the halfway mark. They meet Cammy the mermaid. The Thousand Sunny fires his cannon, which is pretty cool. I think what we're going to go... Yep, you have the introduction of the 11 supernovas. You have the introduction of Kid. Awful. You have Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon. Absolutely amazing. You have the Heart Pirates and the Kid Pirates facing an encounter with a pacifista. You have Kizaru appearing. You have every one of the supernovas showing off their abilities, which is really cool. You have Rayleigh redirecting Kizaru's attack. You have Luffy trying to fight a pacifista, and then you have Kuma, who utterly defeats the Straw Hat Pirates, sending them off away into different parts of the Grand Line, which is really, really cool. The Straw Hat Pirates officially reached the halfway mark, the red line. Kizaru is introduced into the series as a Marine Admiral. Silver's Rayleigh is introduced. At the same time, the Straw Hat Pirates arrived on Sabaody and Chulago. 9 other Pookie Pirates arrived. The World Nobles. Luffy attacks a World Noble. Shirahoshi was first introduced, or first mentioned. Doflamingo would mention that this is the age of smiles while speaking with Disco. So there are a lot of epic moments in this. And I feel as though this should go to the amazing territory, and I will put this behind I will put this behind Dressrosa. I'll put this behind Dressrosa because it has a lot of amazing parts in it. Really cool, really exciting, learning about these new characters, learning about these supernovas, learning about like seeing the world nobles and how Luffy takes them down. Such an epic, fulfilling moment. Having Rayleigh, having Kizaru, having the Straw Hats be disbanded like that by Kuma. That was really cool. So I do think that sits there. Okay, now here we go, guys. Here we go. Hold on to your seatbelts. Skypiea. A very controversial arc in the opinions of One Piece fans worldwide. Skypiea. It is the 13th story arc. It goes for 7 volumes, 66 chapters, 43 episodes. You have the crew arriving at Skypiea. You have them going through the tests, like the challenges. You have the strange figure fixing the Going Merry, which is later on revealed to be the spirit of the Going Merry. You have the introduction of NL. You have the NL face. Sanji receives NL strike to protect Usopp and Nami. Legendary moment. You have the bell. Ringing the bell. Story impact. Skypiea's existence gives a new version of the world geography. The Golden City of Shandora is confirmed to actually exist. The Going Merry takes significant damage during the Straw Hat Pirates' voyage and through Skypiea, which ultimately leads to being declared unfit for sailing and destroyed in Water 7. A poneglyph is discovered in the ruins of Shandora. Nico Robin deciphers it and discovers the existence of another ancient weapon, also known as Poseidon. The Straw Hats find and take a large amount of gold. They exchange gold for a large sum of money in Water 7. The ability of Mantra is first introduced. It is later revealed that Mantra is also known as Haki, so the introduction of Haki in the series. Dials are also introduced, which leads into Usopp's fight against Luffy, which is really, really sweet. Absolutely epic moment that was. The classification of Logia Devil Fruits is first named when NL's Goro Goro no Mi is explained, with Logia abilities having already been seen in the Moku Moku no Mi, and so on. Although he was unsuccessful in his plot to destroy Skypiea, Enel eventually succeeds in his goal of reaching the moon. He discovers that the Sky People originated from there. So look, I have a soft spot for Skypiea. I think Skypiea is great. I don't know if I'd put it into the amazing tier, because look, now the original tiers were like S, A, B, right? But when I've classified this as amazing, best, great, I don't know if I'd put it as amazing, but I'd put it as the highest of great, because I think it is a great arc. But I wouldn't put it as amazing, you know? So I'll put it on there. This has also really helped me out, because trying to go A, B, C, that'll drive me nuts. Syrup Village. We're getting right down to the nitty gritty, guys. We're getting very close. I may have my camera switch off, probably in the final 5. We'll see. We'll get through this, okay? Syrup Village is the 3rd story arc. It goes for 3 volumes, 20 chapters, and 10 episodes. You've got Gaimon. The legendary Gaimon of legend. Gaimon. The man stuck in the treasure chest with a sick afro. Maybe the inspiration for Dak Sake's afro theory. If it wasn't for Luffy having a sweet afro, it was probably from Gaimon. The man in the treasure chest. You've got Usopp and Kaya. You've got Kuro. And that's it. I really do think this is mid. I think this is pretty mid. This arc, really, honestly. I do feel that this is potentially, I'm trying to think whether it's in front of Reverse Mountain or behind Reverse Mountain. I'm going to put this behind Reverse Mountain. Because, again, Reverse Mountain is so short. I think that's what saves it. I'm going to put it there. Okay, now, Thriller Bark. Oh, boy. Thriller Bark. Let me tell you about Thriller Bark. Desnez the Dwarf, if you'd like to go and leave the stream right now, you can please do so. Because I don't really have any sort of soft spot for Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark is the 18th story arc. It goes for 5 volumes, 48 chapters, and 45 episodes. So, let me just skip down to the story impacts. Because, I mean, look, there are a number of things that happen in this arc, but let me just go down to the nitty-gritty. Gecko Moria is introduced. You have the zombie army. After defeating Ryuma, Zoro gets Shusui, which, again, great moment, fantastic moment. I love me some Zoro progression. The matter was eventually resolved in Wano because, yep, you know, Shusui and everything with that. Perona, having been sent to the island, which foreshadows Zoro being sent there by Kuma. Teach's new position as Warlord of the Sea after his fight against Ace in the post-Enies lobby arc is confirmed. Both of the remaining 2 of the 4 emperors are briefly introduced in this arc after their concept was initially brought up in the previous arc. Kaido is briefly mentioned. Lola, captain of the Rolling Pirates, is captured by Moria. And you get mentioned for Big Mom. Moria is the second Warlord of the Sea to be defeated by Luffy. Moria notes that Luffy with his current strength would lose his crew on the upcoming seas. Kuma reveals his devil fruit powers. Zoro is severely wounded by Kuma using his powers to remove all of Luffy's pain from these battles and giving it to Zoro. Zoro is not shown with the wounds healed until after the time skip. And again, epic moment for Zoro. You cannot dismiss that moment. You know, nothing happened. Amazing. Lola informs the Straw Hats the secret of the Viva card. Lola reveals the paper Ace gave Luffy back in the Alabasta arc is a Viva card. Luffy has also noticed that the Viva card has begun to burn. And you've also got Nightmare Luffy and everything that entails with that. Terrible TJ gifting 1 membership to join the Hype Pirate crew. Thank you so much, Terrible TJ. I really do appreciate that. And look, Brandon King joined the Hype Club. Happy to have you here. That's most likely because of Terrible TJ. It means so much for you guys to go and join. Love you to go and be here. It means so much, guys. It really does. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. So look, Terrible TJ. Terrible TJ was on my mind just now. I was going to go, oh, Terrible TJ. If Terrible TJ was on this list, he'd be best. He'd be amazing. He'd be best. Amazing best. Thriller Bark. Now look, Thriller Bark is very mid. Thriller Bark is very... Oh, how could I forget? Look, you've got Brook. You've got the introduction to Brook and everything. Brook wasn't on this list. Brook wasn't on the key parts of this arc. I'm using this mainly because my brain power is going to be only limited. I've also only had like half of this coffee, so it's like hasn't even fully synced in yet. Thriller Bark for me is very, very mid. I'm going to say. I don't really care at all for Thriller Bark. It has incredible moments. Don't get me wrong. It's got amazing moments, but it is super, super mid. I'm not really a big fan of the whole... Just everything. I don't really like this too much. I really don't like this too much. So it's a matter of who's going to fight in the midsection. Fishman, Orange, Reverse, Syrup, Jaya, Amazon. It's going to be above Amazon Lily. It's going to be above Jaya. And as I say that, my camera has just switched off, guys. All right? My camera has switched off. So the camera is off. All right, attention. The camera has finished. We're going to wrap this up solo, okay? I'm going to talk through this, okay? I'm going to talk through this. I'm going to put Thriller Bark I'm going to put Thriller Bark behind Fishman Island, okay? There's a lot of respect to Thriller Bark for my peers' opinions. I'm going to put it there, okay? So, Water 7. We're going to go straight into Water 7. I'm going to wrap this up while my camera is switched off. And look, everybody here, thank you so much. If you are going to continue watching this with my camera off, I really do appreciate that. It means so much. If you can stay tuned to the end of this, because I need to finish this off. Water 7. Let's get into Water 7. Where are we? Water 7. Here we are. Water 7 arc. Water 7 is the 5th team story arc of the manga. It goes for 6 volumes and it goes for 53 chapters and 35 episodes. So, you have them arriving to Water 7. And look, I believe this is the very first time that we do get to see One Piece in widescreen, in HD. That was really cool for me. That was a really good... That was a part I was really looking forward to. I was waiting for that. That was really sweet. So you have CP9. You have Robin encountering CP9 and everything leading into her backstory with them. You have... Oh my god. You have everything with Usopp and Luffy. Now, let me tell you. This has such a soft spot in my heart. Sanji, Luffy, Zoro, and Chopper march to the Frankie house to avenge Usopp. Because, yeah, Usopp gets, attacked, and they march towards them to take them out. Then you have Luffy fighting Usopp. Now listen, this is one of my all-time favorite parts in the entire series. This is the big reason why Usopp is one of my absolute favorite characters in the entire series. Usopp fighting against Luffy. Usopp being a real shy, timid character, not too much, he wants to be brave, but it doesn't really show because of his timidness. Having him be able to go and use his smarts and use his brains to go and fight against Luffy and actually have a really sweet upper hand was awesome. It was such a really tension-filled fight. It made me have such a huge appreciation for Usopp, and the emotional weight of this fight is something that I think has been rarely matched in the series moving forward. It has such a soft spot, and to see Usopp go down the way that he did, it really hit me heavy. It hit my heart heavy, and it really showed me a massive appreciation for Usopp in the series. So I'm hoping that in the future we do have Usopp have a much bigger development, because it stems from this. Usopp has so much potential, and this is a really big spark to me thinking that way. So that was a really big moment. That was really cool. So you have Robin farewelling the crew, going back to CP9. CP9 strikes. They attack the headquarters. You see more about Frankie's past. You learn more about Frankie, which is really, really cool. You learn about Tom. So, and then you start to go and, get into moving towards Annie's lobby. So you have Rocket Man. They have the Alliance there. You have Soga King being introduced because when Usopp was defeated, he wanted to go and be with the crew still, but he was too ashamed, too scared to go and reappear with the crew after being defeated in the manner that he was. But he wanted to go and help the crew out, so he entrusted his close friend Soga King to help out the crew in his absence. So you have that. So, story impact. Frankie and his past are introduced, leading him to becoming the shipwright of the Straw Hat Pirates. More of Roger's life as a pirate is shown, and his ship is called the Oro Jackson and was built by Frankie's mentor, Tom. Luffy and Zoro first begin being recognized for their bounties in this arc. More of the world government's secret actions are revealed. The ancient weapon, Pluton, first mentioned by Crocodile and Alabasta, is revealed to have blueprints that have been passed down through various shipwrights of Water 7. Secret agents of the world government that are assassins are shown called CP9, as well as others being mentioned that go from CP1 to CP8. The maintenance check on the Going Merry reveals that it cannot be used anymore, leading to Luffy to abandon their previous objective of using their new money to fix the Merry. And instead the money would be used to purchase a new ship, which would eventually lead to Straw Hats to get the 1,000 Sunny. Robin and Usopp leave the crew for their own reasons. Nami introduced to the Gates of Justice and the 3 main government facilities that it guards. Nami unveils the completed Perfect Climatact, an upgraded model of the original Climatact created by Usopp after he mistakenly designed a joke weapon. Sanji uses knives as a fighting method similar to swords. It was revealed to be related to his distant past. Straw Hats make their first alliance outside organizations in order to achieve a mutual goal, aligning themselves with the Galila Foremen and the Frankie family in order to defeat CP9. Now, this has a lot of emotionally charged moments. Luffy versus Usopp is one of my all-time favorite moments in the entire series. You have a lot of cool moments in here. You have a lot of good story info here. I really am thinking this should be in the amazing tier. I really do think this sits behind Sabaody and in front of Logtown. I do think that this feels right to me. I really do think that is. I just the amount of stuff with this, it's just so good. It's just so very good. We're getting into the final 3, guys. We're getting into the final 3. as my camera is going. As you can tell, I've really had to amp up the way in which I'm talking to make this somewhat entertaining at a blank screen with just a bunch of text because I don't have my silly face in the corner. Okay, so here we go. We've got Whole Cake, Whiskey Peak, and Zhao. Whole Cake Island. Let's get to this one. Where are we? Whole Cake Island. The Whole Cake Island arc is the 29th story arc of the manga. It has 9 volumes, it has 78 chapters, and 95 episodes. Holy smokes. Now, I'm going to go and skip down to the bottom because this is a big arc, so I'm going to skip down to the story impacts, okay? Some characters make their first appearances after the time skip. The characters in order from when they were reintroduced are Mihawk, Aladdin, Yasop, Bonk Punch, Monster, etc. Sanji's family, the Vinsmoke family, is formally introduced. His father, Vinsmoke Judge, is revealed to be the one who sent bounty hunters after Duval in order to find Sanji. It is later changed his bounty condition to only alive. Judge is a scientist and former peer of Vegapunk. And the pair had worked together on the lineage factor of living creatures. Sanji is revealed to have developed his chivalry from Zeph, whom he considers his true father. Big Mom and her crew are heavily revealed, and much of their nature is elaborated. Big Mom rules over a 35-island archipelago known as Toto Land, where she seeks to house a population derived from all races living in harmony. Big Mom has been married 43 times. She has had 46 sons and 39 daughters. Holy smokes. I mean, also, have you seen Big Mom in her early years? Holy smokes, there is no surprises there. Big Mom has an enmity with the giant race due to her unwittingly killing one of their heroes as a child. Jinbei officially breaks off from the Sun Pirates and the Big Mom Pirates in order to join the Straw Hat Pirates. Luffy reveals 2 new forms to Gear 4, Tank Man and Snake Man, fighting against... Oh my god. I'm having a mental blank. Oh my god, what's his name? Holy shit, what's his name? Mochi Boy. Mochi Man. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god, I'm having such a moment. I can't think of his name. Oh no. Anyway, it'll come back to me. It'll come back to me. I am reading a lot. Big Mom has no less than 3 poneglyphs in her possession, a road poneglyph and 2 regular ones, one of which she obtained recently from Jinbei. Elbaf is shown for the first time, 63 years before the present day. Luffy vows to defeat Big Mom and after he defeats Kaido. More information about Haki is revealed. It is revealed that Mings transform on a full moon. So, there is a lot. There is a lot in this arc to go on. Katakuri, that's his name. Oh my god, I just had such a huge moment. Katakuri. Katakuri is awesome. Love me some Katakuri. Now look. This arc, there is a lot of great points to this arc. Everything to do with Sanji is awesome. Katakuri, awesome. Big Mom, awesome. The backstory of Big Mom, awesome. So, but there isn't really a... I don't necessarily feel like a huge weight, I guess like an emotional attachment with this. But objectively, I think that it is, I'm thinking whether it's a good or great arc. If I was to put it in the great arc, I would put it behind Alabasta. And I think for this point in time, I may just do that. I think I'm going to put that there. Okay, that feels right. Because look, a lot of great moments, a lot of good stuff, but I feel that in the great behind Alabasta seems right. Whiskey Peak. Oh my god, we're getting into the final 2, guys. We're getting there. We are really getting there, guys. This is crazy. Whiskey Peak. 2 volumes. It is the 8th story arc. 2 volumes, 9 chapters, 4 episodes. Okay, so let me read this. Story impact. Zoro's victory over the 100 bounty hunters in this arc would later contribute to the world government issuing his first bounty after the events of Alabasta. The Baroque Works is introduced, as well as Nico Robin as Miss All Sunday, who would later join the Straw Hat Pirates. Vivi begins traveling with the Straw Hat Pirates as she, along with Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, are now on Baroque Works hit list. Crocodile is the 3rd warlord of the sea to be named. Crocodile is also the leader of the Baroque Works, codenamed Mr. Zero. Vivi is the first noble introduced into the series, although she does not show the selfish nature associated with most other nobles in the series. Since they are asleep during the battle at Whiskey Peak, Usopp and Sanji are not put on Baroque Works hit list. This would give them an advantage in their later encounters with Baroque Works, especially Sanji, who, unlike an Usopp, is not added to the hit list later on. So, there really isn't much to this arc at all. So, I really do think that this should be like a skip. I feel that this should be a skip. Yeah, I feel that this is a skip arc. There really isn't anything that happens in this. Like, there's nothing really at all. So now, last arc on this tier list is Zoe. Here we go with Zoe. 3 volumes, 23 chapters, and 29 episodes. It is the 28th story arc of the manga. Key points. Story impacts. Edward Weevil is the final warlord of the Sea of the Time Skip lineup introduced and claims to be Whitebeard's son. The Mink Tribe is formally introduced after their existence has been revealed in the Sabbaty arc. Law reunites with his crew for the first time since the time skip. The Straw Hats, with the exception of Sanji, reunite for the first time in 11 days. Sanji and Caesar Clown have been kidnapped by Capone, yada yada. Sanji is revealed to be the third son of the Vinsmoke family. The Beast Pirates hierarchy is shown. The top 3 disasters, the middle class. You have Jack. Kinemon and Kanjuro make it onto Zao, which they had been trying to go to before they end up in Dressrosa. The 4 road poneglyphs are established, which give coordinates to 4 islands that will pinpoint the location of Laugh-Tale. Neko Mamushi reveals that the remnants of the Whitebeard Pirates disappeared after being defeated by the Blackbeard Pirates a year ago. This gave Blackbeard the title of Emperor. Before departing from Zao with the Sanji retrieval team, Nami receives an upgraded sorcery climb attack from Usopp. The rulers of several countries begin journeying to the upcoming Levelly. Kaido discovers that Doflamingo's smile supply is ended, though he still refuses to pay any kind of to Luffy and Law. During the journey to Whole Cake Island, Sanji retrieval team learns of the Blackbeard Pirates raid Luffy's army headquarters on Baltigo. So, a lot of cool info in this, but I don't really have any sort of emotional attachment. I wouldn't say it's a great arc. I feel that it's good. And I feel in terms of the list, I wouldn't say I see Impel Down's better. Long Park. I feel that that should be right. I feel that my heart makes me want to put that there. So, with that being said, I think I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna have a look over this right now, and I'm gonna go and make some decisions. I'm gonna make some changes. So, Marineford and Enies Lobby. Also, something very interesting that I found. Wano is not on this list. Wano's not here. So, that's, oh my god, yeah, Wano's not here. So look, if Wano Kingdom was on this list, Wano Kingdom is up on the best tier. Wano Kingdom's up there. I don't know whether I'd put it in front of Marineford or behind Marineford, but we'll just say Wano Kingdom is in the best tier. Egghead Island has not finished yet, but that's going to be up there with like amazing. I think Egghead is in the amazing tier. Depending on how the rest of this arc goes, it may go to best, but I feel that it's in the upper like right here at amazing, because Egghead has just become, Egghead is incredible. Now, I mean, look, Wano is extremely long. Wano is extremely, extremely long. But for me, it's just the amount of, like, we got Gear 5. We got Luffy's Awakening. We got everything with that. That is so big. And that is so just important and pivotal that it really skews my ranking. Not to mention that Kaido as a villain, Kaido is legendary. I absolutely love Kaido. That Kaido, a really good arc should really be tailored by the moments that are in it, the villain itself, and of course length plays a big part. But I do think the fact that Gear 5, Luffy's Awakening, the fights with Zoro and Sanji, and the progression with that, as well as Kaido as a villain, it outweighs the length of Wano and the faults of Wano, because there are a number of different faults. Like the fact that the Straw Hat crew doesn't have that much great development on the lower end, like in terms of like, or you also have Robin. Robin has a really sweet moment. Robin's sweet. But the shortcomings of Wano, I think, are not outweighing the positives of Wano. So I would put it up there as one of the best arcs. And if you guys were to go and debate with me, I maybe would just put it into the higher end of amazing, but I do think that, like, in terms of, I think it is really up there. I think it is really up there. I am feeling pretty I do feel pretty comfortable. I do feel pretty comfortable with all of this. I really do think. And I think that the longer that I sit here and look over it, I'm just going to stress myself out. So I'm going to let this just sit the way that it is. And I will be really excited to go and see what you guys think, as well as in the future, looking back at this once we get some more arcs that are finished. Like once Egghead is completely finished, I'm so excited to go and see as a whole how that weighs up against all the other arcs. But with that being said, guys, I've had this time has flown by, this stream, and I really am grateful and thankful for you guys for sticking with me, doing something a little bit different for a hype stream. I'm going to be doing little things here and there in terms of hype streams when I do not have any guests on. So just stay tuned for that. And also maybe in the comment section, if you have any suggestions for any future streams like this, if you'd like to see any future tier lists like this, with different topics, let me know, and maybe even try to go and link me some. But I will definitely want to go and consider that, because I want to try to mix things up in terms of content for you guys, because this was quite fun. I really do like looking over all the arcs. It was a nice refresher as well. So I really do appreciate that. And then also, if I rolled any of you guys up and started any fights in the comments, I am both sorry and not sorry. I did say that at the very beginning that I was going to go and start some fights. So I guess I pretty much asked for it. So hopefully none of your, hopefully I didn't destroy any friendships. I did get gifted a 1 membership from Terrible TJ, so I think I'm doing something right. But other than that, I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care, and I'm going to see you all on the next one. Most likely on the next One Piece chapter reaction, because that's all we're looking forward to. But I'll see you guys all around on the next one.